It's a new year, it's 2026, and Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year to you. It's also absolutely freezing in here. In this video, we'll be talking about how you can make this new year your most creative year ever. Okay, so you're coming back from your Christmas break and you're ready to make some changes in your life. Happens every year. There's a whole giant industry built around new year, new me. But maybe this year, what if you didn't have to change absolutely everything about yourself to be successful? Maybe in 2026, you just need a little bit more spark in your life and in your work. Now, I think creativity can be that spark. And I'd like to show you a few different ways that you can make 2026 your most creative year ever. Right, so I'm going to break these out into 4 different chunks. Number 1, experience your art. Number 2, start a new hobby. Number 3, commit to a daily practice. And number 4, experiencing active boredom. So hold on to the end to find out what that means. And if you're new here, my name's Liam. I'm a designer and a creative. And I make chill videos about making things and how we go about doing that. I'm a small channel, as I'm sure you can see. So if you do get something out of this video, a like and a subscribe goes a really long way for somebody like me. Anyway, that's all done. Back to what you're here for. Number 1, experience your art. I'm sure you are thinking that this is a bad and an obvious take, but stick with me here. You're probably thinking that you experience your art every day when you're at your job or your main thing or whatever it is that you do, but that isn't what I'm getting at. If you're making things for a living, I'm going to have to assume that those things make their way out into the world at some point. And what I'm talking about is experiencing whatever it is that you do out in the real world. Simply put, if you're a musician, go see some gigs. If you're a painter, go hit the galleries. Just go and see whatever it is that you do in an environment with other people. If you're a filmmaker, go to a film festival. It's very, very easy to get stuck in our comfortable little bubbles behind our screens, talking online to our peers about what it is that we do. And I, for one, am very guilty of doing this. But seeing what it is that you do out in the world helps relate what you do back to that real world. And that relationship between what you're making and where you're making it for is very, very important, and it's very easy to kind of forget about. So get outside. All right, point number 2. You might even need some coffee for this point. Start a new hobby. Pick up something new, but try and make it creative. So I'm not talking about developing a Netflix addiction alongside your day-to-day job, but try out a new creative hobby, something that's outside of what you spend most of your time doing already. The reason that this is valuable as an exercise is that new hobby will help to rewire your brain. It'll help you to think in a different way. And by doing that, it's going to add and increase creativities in other areas of your life. So for example, over the last couple of years, I have picked up journaling. Not something I ever thought I would be doing, as I've always worked in visual mediums, but it's something that, if anything, I regret not doing earlier. I actually started off as a magazine illustrator, and I drew all of the time, all day, every day. And I didn't once think about writing anything about what it is that I was doing. I just drew, and I thought that the drawing was the be-all and the end-all. Picking up writing has really changed the way that I think about things. I work stuff out a lot more on the page now, and I'm spending much less time on my devices, as I know that I think more clearly with a pen and paper than I do with a screen. And when you pick up a hobby, you don't need to be good at these things. That's really important. The point of this is the freedom to learn and the freedom to try and change the way that your brain thinks by doing something new. So you don't need to be good at it. You're going to be bad at it when you start, unless you're a savant. So, a few ideas for hobbies you could pick up easily over the next year. Photography, journaling, as I mentioned. Sculpting, you can get some air-dried clay from Amazon, which I've done recently with my daughter. You could pick up a musical instrument, or you could start sketching. All pretty cheap, pretty accessible hobbies. Number 3, commit to a daily practice. Okay, so this is a little bit like the hobby tip, but it focuses on the daily doing of something to help build the creativity. Reps are the point here. Getting in reps helps skills become second nature. And when something is second nature to you and you're fluent in it, it just helps that natural creativity flow more easily. But the secret sauce here is the commitment. By putting time aside every day to do something, to practice something, and really committing to sticking to it, you're giving yourself a lot more chance to produce something good. Practice and the idea of practice is not about being good at something every day. The practice is the point. You're going to have good days at something and you're going to have bad days at something, but over that period of time, over that period of practice, you will naturally improve. If you think about the first time you kicked a football and by the time you'd finished school, bad analogy, some of you don't play football, you will have got better over that period of time. And that's just practice. That's all that is. Right, experience active boredom. Active boredom sounds like a paradox, doesn't it? Now, what I mean when I say active boredom is the intentional setting aside of time just to explore with no end goal or achievement in mind. The point here is to just wall off some time from your hectic daily life and do some research. Now, this does rely a lot on cutting out distractions from your life. So take your phone and put it somewhere you can't get to it for half an hour. Phones are the first thing that you will reach for when you get bored. Trust me, I know. Next thing you can do, stick a timer on. Again, let's use half an hour as a starting point. Stick a half-hour timer on, Pomodoro timer, whatever you want it to be. Stick that on and just get down to it. I go about half an hour for these active boredom sessions because I really don't have that much time these days. You can go longer, up to you. As a designer, I tend to go to Pinterest. That's my go-to. Pinterest, books and magazines are where I go and do my research. If you can do analog, go analog. As I mentioned in the journaling, there's something about it not being a screen that helps it just stick and helps the brain wander and be more creative. Now, I will say that this is a bit of an aside, but Pinterest has got a bit worse lately in the last couple of years. The amount of adverts has made it that bit more distracting than it used to be, which is a real shame because the way it links different images together is actually really pleasing and it's quite creative in its own way. And I always end up with loads of ideas after about a half hour on Pinterest. Just seeing all of those designs connected together through color, shape, what they're made out of, really sparks off ideas for me. So how does active boredom help with creativity? By intentionally removing distractions and putting time into sitting and researching, whatever area it is that you've chosen, you're forcing your brain into curiosity mode. And curiosity is a creative instinct. You want to know why that looks like that. You want to know why that sounds like that. Why does this go with that? Those connections, that's creativity. So the point of these 4 exercises is that they force your brain into different ways of thinking. Human brains are naturally lazy things. They will fall into familiar patterns because those are the easiest thing to do. That's what they're used to. So by actively pushing our brains away from those patterns and into new ways of thinking, we open ourselves up to making new creative connections and things we haven't seen before. And all of that, whether you realize it or not, will translate into your daily work. Creating the creativity in our work isn't always easy. In fact, it's quite hard, but it's absolutely possible. And all of these tips that I've shared have worked for me, and I hope that they can work for you too. If you've made it this far in the video, first of all, thank you. Secondly, let me know in the comments if you've tried any of these things, if you have other ways of helping yourself stay more creative. I'd really like to know, I'd like to hear them. And if you'd like to hear more about this kind of topic, let me know about that as well. Thanks for watching, and I'll hopefully see you, yes you, in the next one. Bye for now.